This is Gay News Radio with Brandon Carmody, featuring Roddy Biggs, Samuel, Laura, and Special Agent Jay.
After you came out, did you find that it led to any changes in your life or a series of events, or did it affect the path that you were on?
Well, the fact of coming out definitely changed my life, because I realized that not for anybody in the world, in my country, in my town, it has been so easy to realize to be a lesbian, to be a gay person, especially to be a transsexual. So I decided that I wanted to make my experience as a lesbian, as a young woman, my career. I'm currently a student of international human rights, and my ambition is to work in the LGBT rights field, in the international organization that support and strengthen the network of LGBT rights. So yeah, I think that this event of my life definitely shaped my present, my past, my present, and my future. And I want to underline that being homosexual is just a part of who you are. Okay? I always say when people ask me that the fact of being homosexual for me is just like having blue eyes, like having dark hair, okay? So it's an important part of your life, but exactly like the fact that you have blue eyes and you're not gonna die for it, you don't ever think that being homosexual has to change your life in a negative way. It can only change your life in a positive way.
I happen to agree with that. That's an excellent point. So now that you're in Ireland, speaking of international LGBT rights, what is the state of affairs for LGBT in Ireland?
Well, at the moment, Ireland is one of the best countries to live for LGBT people, because they've just approved the equal marriage. And it's quite important because Ireland is a very Catholic country. So that shows that it's not a matter of religion, Religion and the respect of LGBT rights can really coexist, as long as there's respect for both of the parties, So yeah, Ireland is definitely one of the best European countries at the moment, definitely.
Did religion play a role in your upbringing, and did it affect your coming out?
No, definitely not. Maybe because my family is not a religious family. My dad is atheist. My mom, yeah, she's religious, but she's Catholic, but she's not one of those persons who are too affected by religion. I would say that she's a spiritual person rather than a religious person. So no, the religion has never affected my life, never.
Sure, I understand. And this next one's a difficult topic, but at least in America, we unfortunately have some extremely high rates of LGBT youth suicide. So on the topic of suicide, I just want to ask if that's something that you've ever seen, experienced, or if anything else, what advice would you give to LGBT youth who may possibly be contemplating suicide?
Well, in my personal experience, I've never even thought about suicide. And that makes me feel really, really sick. It's a pain in the heart thinking that especially adolescents can think about it, can think about taking their life away because of who they are. And I think that the last week, even 2 weeks ago, a young man in the south of Italy took his life away because of his sexual orientation. So it's not just a problem in the USA, it's a problem worldwide. It's always going to be a problem until states, until national governments are going to realize that you can die because of hate crimes. And I feel what I can say as a young woman, as a young homosexual person, is that it's not the end of the world. The only thing that gay people have to do is to realize that you can choose to live your life as others want you to live it, or you can choose to live your life as you want to live it. Being homosexual and accept your sexual orientation, your gender identity in case of transsexual people, is just accepting who you are, and it's just allowing you to be an happy person. Right now, I'm an happy person. I'm an happy person alone as an individual, and I'm an happy person because in Italy there's a girl that I love and that I'm going to marry as soon as I can do it in Italy. So just realize that life is not going to be easy, but it's going to be an happy life if you accept it for who you are.
Of course. Thank you for that, Luna. So do you believe that sexuality is a choice? Did you choose to be gay?
I kind of laugh at it because I'm absolutely sure that being homosexual is not a choice. Otherwise, anybody would probably choose to be homosexual. Who would choose to live in a society where hate crimes are so present, where in most of the states you do not get to be recognized as an individual, as a couple? No, definitely, that can't be the choice. The only choice is to choose to live your homosexuality in the best way possible. Definitely. So, no, I never choose to be gay.
Sure. So we understand that a lot of LGBT youth and others, of all ages, potentially have a difficult time with coming out day. It's not necessarily a day of celebration for some.
Absolutely.
What advice would you give to people who may be thinking about coming out and who may be struggling with this right now?
I can only say, take your time. And taking your time is not about avoiding to tell people who you are, but just take your time to realize that you're going to be happier no matter what is going to happen. After that, you're going to meet people who have the same situation, who have the same sexual orientation. You're going to meet heterosexual people who understand you perfectly, okay? And just realize that being homosexual and accepting you as who you are is just going to make you an happy person, okay? Don't live a life without permitting you to be happy. That's what I want to say.
Fantastic. We want to thank you so much for coming on the show today, Luna. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Thank you.
And we'll be in touch, and good luck with all of the work that you plan to do for the LGBT community internationally. We truly appreciate your work and your efforts.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming on.
This is GNR, Gay News Radio.